Jared down here in Orlando, Florida at Universal Studios. On the first day, the park will be reopened to the general public. Now, some will say this is too soon. Some will say it's not soon enough. Some will say the park never should have closed. Some will say it should never open again. But nonetheless, here we are, open to the general public, and we're gonna go in and we're gonna take a look around. I was here 83 days ago when they closed, and I'm here today when they're open back up. Now keep in mind, it is gonna be required that you wear a face covering while you're in the park now. That may make my voice a little bit hard to understand, but please bear with me. We'll see what we can get done. I am so very excited to get in here today. Now I do believe that there is a thunderstorm, a chance of thunderstorms rather today. So hopefully we can get quite a bit done before it starts to rain. It's not too bad temperature-wise. It's quite humid, but not very hot at all. Get a good look at this sign that they have right outside the main gate. Kind of just give me a little bit of information.
Out there immediately wiping down the tables, wiping down the chairs. They're continuously cleaning all.
And we are inside the park. Now I was a little bit curious if they were going to do the fingerprint identification like they usually do. And they did not. They just scanned my badge, but I did have to show them photo ID today. So keep that in mind. I have several cast members out here applauding and greeting people back into the parks. Man, I don't even know where to begin today. I do believe they have some new merchandise here in the Universal store, so why don't we take a look at that. Oh, we got a bit of a retro looking shirt. In fact, that is a retro shirt. It's all the old attractions. I may actually pick that up. More merchandise. That shirt was $30, by the way. This little bag looks pretty cool for a camera bag. Unfortunately, I just don't think it'll carry as much stuff as I need. I think maybe I'll walk over here to this Bourne Stuntacular and see if they have any information out regarding when this might possibly open. I doubt they do. We'll take a peek. Nope, nothing yet. I really didn't think there would be, but figured I'd give it a look anyway. While I am not a fan of the Jason Bourne movies, I am super excited for this attraction to finally open. I've heard really good things from people that were able to actually see some of the rehearsals. Good old Hollywood, how I have missed you. Pass holder pins will begin to become available again on Monday the 8th. No pins today. Williams of Hollywood is not open. Now I don't know if they will be open later today or if it's going to be a little bit further down the line. I'm also guessing the Universal Hollywood Horror Makeup Show is not going to be running today. It's a lot easier to see the new merchandise over here in the Jason Bourne Stuntacular gift shop. Much better look at what you can get. Check this out, just like last time I was here, you can still get last year's Halloween Horror Nights Ghostbuster cups. And at a pretty good price too, because I'm pretty sure that's not how cheap they were during the event. Now let's walk down the Plaza of Stars and check out the New York area. 35-minute wait for Shrek. I didn't even think there was enough people in here currently for a 45-minute wait of anything. Oh man, are you guys gonna be disappointed? That 45 minutes just has to be because of social distancing, because there's not that many people in line. The Hollywood Rip Rocket does not appear to be running at the moment. I did see that they were sending empty trains this morning like they do, sort of just checking out the coaster, but got a few people out here lounging about in front of the stage. Park's been open about a half hour. The temperature outside is really not bad at all, but you can feel the humidity. No Monster Cafe open up yet today. Hopefully they will be open. Let's see what it says over here on the sign. Sorry we missed you. Please visit us at Mel's. A lot of these stores being shut down is to be expected. There was no way they were just gonna open up 100% on day one. What in the world is a huge vacuum cleaning noise? Can you hear that on the camera? Oh, it's trucks. They're doing some kind of filming here. Just a little bit more information on what's going on here is they're filming some sort of a commercial, and it's actually blocked off all the way to San Francisco, so we're gonna have to walk around in front of Transformers. The film vault's open though, so why don't we go in here and see if they've got any new merchandise. A lot of these shirts I don't remember. I don't know if they're new, or maybe I just didn't notice them last time. I don't think there's really anything new in here today. Sorry about that, I was gonna film more in there, but it was full of pushy people today. And I mean that literally, a woman pushed me. But nobody that you can see, but yeah, I don't know, that was weird. And I think the thing that irritates me the most about it is that there was plenty of room for her to walk around or go a different way. She came up from behind me. I guess she wanted to walk through me like I was a wall. I wonder if ET's up and running. If it is gonna be my first ride. Oh, I am in luck, it is open. The line is pretty spread out, which makes sense. This is what it looks like, a 0-minute wait, just due to how far we have to stand apart. It was quite a bit of fun. I really missed ET. There are a couple things to talk about in regards to the ride, so let me get somewhere where I can sit. So all the information that I'm about to give you is not a complaint. I am just telling you how the ride went. The spacing feels pretty good. It is further out than 6 foot inside the ride. I was trying to get a look at that, but it's a little bit too dark inside of ET. It was more like 12 to 16 feet in places. The queue line was definitely 6. And it seems to work just fine. I mean, it does make it a lot longer to get on the ride compared to how many people are there. But, I mean, that's to be expected with what they were gonna do in order to be able to reopen. They are also not filling the vehicles, which you should expect. So I sat, if you know ET, it's 3 rows long, or it's like, you know, 3 seats. 4 seats across, 3 rows. I'm sorry, that's a better way to describe it. They were doing every other row, so you pretty much are gonna sit by yourself with nobody in between. They are making you, well, I don't know if they're making, but they were putting hand sanitizer on everybody when they walked before you got on the ride. What else? ET, no water effects. That was pretty good. I thought they weren't using fog, but they did have a little bit of it going in the end. And I mentioned the water effects because if you've ever been on ET, there's a section where they're shooting water all over, but none of that today. So, not bad. Now I know there was a little bit of question, hey, would Express Pass be worth it? Now you would think it wouldn't be just because there's not very many people in here, but so far it feels like the lines are really long due to the spacing. So Express might have some value. Oh, one last thing in regards to ET, they're not handing out the little cards that they usually do that give you, you know, you give them your name, hand the person your name, and then ET says goodbye, Jared, at the end. They're not doing that. ET still says goodbye, but what follows is a one-word weird grumble noise that he made. I'm over here by the lagoon on the central side, or the Central Park side of the park, and as you notice, I'm not wearing my mask because this area they've got cordoned off called a U-Rest area where you can come in here and remove your mask and kind of relax. I mean, you still have to maintain social distancing, but yeah, I wasn't expecting that. You can get all the way down there, and there's some tables set. In fact, why don't we just walk down that way? To be honest, so far though, wearing the mask has not been a problem. I imagine as it gets hotter, it could pose some problems for some people, so just be aware of that. Today is definitely not a typical Florida summer day though. I think it's only like 70, 72 degrees, something like that. And you can get all the way down there. They've got some tables with umbrellas set up. That's pretty cool. I didn't know they were doing that. I bet you they've got more of them around the park. I'll show you them as I find them. Dude, this lizard looks like he's dancing. And there is the entrance to the U-Rest area, right next to the train from Back to the Future 3. This, I was telling my brother about the other day. He didn't remember seeing it in the park, so there you go, Jimmy. And the DeLorean is sitting right behind it. No Bumblebee Man taco truck yet. Probably here in the next few days. His horn, however, is still operational. I'll check out the man and his family of ducks. Got a little Sideshow Bob and Krusty going on today. I imagine those costumes gotta be super hot. Seems to be the only thing I ever think of when I see those is, my God, those gotta be hot. This should give you a very, very good idea of what it's like here currently. Not a whole lot of people. Things are spread out pretty well. You know what? I can handle a lot of the stuff not being open, but I gotta draw a line at Whack-A-Rat. It looks like we've got another one of those U-Rest areas up here in front of Fear Factor Live. Looks like I got this area to myself at the moment. It's a pretty big area. Quite a few extra tables out as well. I was informed I could actually walk all the way over here and sit in the bleachers. in this U-Rest area. There's a lot of space. Look at that. Yeah, this is a large rest area, and you're in the shade. Just kind of talking to somebody a minute ago, and it sounds like it's going to be a while before any of the shows open back up. Or I guess I should say specifically this show opens back up. I'm not sure about the other ones. I don't know if the animal show was going on or not. They had times out in front of it. I should go back over there in a few minutes and take a look. Yeah, you usually can't get this close to the night bus. There's usually a lot of people lined up. There's only one other couple looking at it currently. Yeah, this is as clear of a shot as I've ever gotten of this bus and fountain. I'm wondering if it's just as empty in Diagon Alley. Let's go take a peek. Oh, Gringotts is doing a virtual line. Not bad at all. Usually, even on slow days, it's pretty packed in here. In fact, really, if you notice, quite a few of the people that are standing here are actually park employees. Not everything's open back here either. I don't think the sweet shop's open. Oh, maybe it is. Maybe they're letting people in by line. No, it's open. They're just limiting the amount of people that can go in. Man, this is awesome. I don't usually see this few people in here other than on horror nights. Even though this looks congested, it is still a lot less congested than on a normal day in front of Gringotts. And they are doing a much better job of enforcing the one person in your party to the locker. I think they should leave this part up year round, right here in front of the Gringotts one, dude. These lockers are terrible. Not all of the shops back here in Diagon Alley are open. As you can see, Magical Menagerie is not open for business, which is kind of a bummer because this is one of the cooler shops. Yeah, let's go take a peek at Knockturn Alley, see if there's anybody down there. Yeah, there's a group or two down here. Not too many. They even have social distancing markers in Knockturn Alley. These are the best ones I could pick up, but they're there. Enjoy it while you can, because I'm sure in a few weeks it's going to be crowded back here again. Let's go see if they're done filming in New York so we can walk around there for a bit. I'm going to say today is for sure the least amount of people I've ever seen in the park. Think how much space they could have had for a U-Rest if they'd have just shut Fast and the Furious down and let people hang out in there. Nope, no New York. The set is still hot. It looks about as crowded as the rest of the park. Even though New York's closed, I can still go down my little alleyways. Well, I can go down one side. And maybe a side and a half. And out comes Megatron.
Megatron, leader of the Decepticons. All hail Megatron.
There's nobody in your line, Megatron? I'm just joking around. They had it closed off until like 2 seconds ago. So of course there's nobody in line. This is great, man. I'm so glad to be back here. And this is a really nice amount of people to be in the park with. And everybody's being really nice. Understanding, other than the lady that shoved me. Other than that, man, it has been a really a pleasant experience today. I think I'll head over to Islands of Adventure and scope things out there for a bit, and then after that I'll probably come back and hit up a few more rides for the day. I didn't really go over this as much as I should have when I first came into the park, but as you can see, they do have people standing up here at the entrance welcoming you back, and in addition to that, kind of going over the rules.
Hi, I can see you smiling, baby.
Ooh, coming up on another U-Rest area, and I'm going to take advantage of that. I need it at the moment. This one came at the right time. I was about ready to get that thing off for just a little bit. Really, it's not been bad at all wearing it. I think mostly because it's not that hot of a day. It is quite humid, but that seems to be tolerable enough. It does feel like it's starting to warm up quite a bit here compared to what it was like earlier. Still really nice though. I still really am enjoying the weather today. Alright, that was a nice little rest, but it's time to get over to Islands of Adventure. I'm pretty excited to see what's changed over there. The other thing I want to point out is all throughout the park, and as you can see City Walk, all day long I've noticed people constantly out cleaning rails, chairs, stuff like that. So they're keeping on top of it. I wondered where they were going to be standing out. They gave them their own little stage here. When I was walking in, I heard them say that one of the U-Rest areas is the old Sinbad Theater. I think that's a real good use of that old theater. I've always thought this is such an awesome entryway. Really makes me excited to see what they're going to do with Epic Universe. Check this out. We've been following this project for a few months now, giving updates, and look at, they got quite a bit of track put down. Yeah, this is going to be really fun this summer and fall following this. I just can't believe how much has been done. I cannot wait to get an official announcement on what this roller coaster is actually going to be. We're all pretty sure it's Jurassic World. You never know though, maybe Universal is playing a trick on us. Plenty of room to walk around and not be near people over here as well. This is fantastic. Plus the sun is out. It's warming up quite a bit. Good day continues. Hey, while I'm over here, I want to see if there is spotlights around the Hulk. I want to know if that is what I was seeing last night. Perhaps it wasn't. I don't really see anything over here. Plus, now that I'm standing here, it looks too close to Dr. Doom to have been those lights anyway. It's starting to cook a little bit in the sun, so I think I'm going to go head in, cool off, and ride Spider-Man. Nice and cool in here. Man, what a good time. Just like E.T., no water effects. I'm pretty sure that's going to be every ride here. So this is how they're doing the meet and greets. Basically, they put people up on stage, and you get kind of close, but not real up and close. It's perfect. Ew. Gross. Ugh. Even grosser. Man, that water smells like pure bleach today. Holy crap, the bridge to Hogsmeade is well, it was completely empty a second ago. Dang, I don't think I've ever seen this. You can actually stand here and get a clear shot behind you today. Yeah, pretty good for Hogsmeade. Still a lot of people, but not nearly as many as there usually is. Still, this is probably the most crowded section I've seen in both parks. Trying to find that Sinbad U-Rest now. Take a look at that. Oh, here it is. I found it. I wonder why they closed this down if they weren't going to do anything with it. It's peculiar. Does anybody know the reason why Sinbad is no longer a show? Was it just not well attended? Was there plans for this that got scrapped? What's the deal? Because it looks 100% intact. They've got some really good pieces here. I think they should reopen this show. I mean, why not? It's here. You're not doing anything else with it. Let's get this guy back open. So if you're looking to get to the Sinbad U-Rest, what you do is you go to the kebab house there. Right down that path. Sue's Landing's looking awful good, and I think I'm gonna go ride the High in the Sky Sue's Trolley train ride. Seem to be walking through an awful lot of queue to get here. There's not hardly anybody in line.
C is for cookie.
Who said that? Please stop.
There's quite a few fun little scenes up on that ride. If you've never ridden it, it's worth a try. Well, there you have it. Green Eggs and Ham is open. And of course, I just made that video where I made green eggs and ham at home, and I made the comment in it that this place is never open. So I guess Universal did their best to prove me wrong on day one of reopen. I really should try some. I noticed they're $9.99 for a dish. I just don't think my stomach will handle that right now. Maybe I'll get lucky and get it tomorrow. I am getting hungry, however. So I think I'm gonna head back over to the Universal side of things and see if I can find some lunch. I stopped back in this U-Rest area on the way over to Universal Studios because I was curious what the weather was. It does feel like it's gotten quite a bit warmer, so I checked it. It says it's 89, 90 degrees, feels like 94. Personally, I don't think it's that hot. It doesn't feel like 94 to me, but what do I know? Also said it was supposed to start thunderstorming around 4 or 5 p.m., so we need to get in here, get a little bit more done. Not sure what I'm gonna do for lunch because I usually go to the Monster Cafe and get one of those Creature from the Black Lagoon salads. The sign on the door did say visit us at Mel's Drive-In, or Dine-In, I'm sorry. So I think I'll go over there and see if maybe the menu changed. I kind of doubt it. Wait. Schwab's opened up, so I think I'm gonna go and check the Monster Cafe. Just double check, see if maybe they opened up by surprise. No, the Monster Cafe did not open up unexpectedly, and I also checked Mel's Dine-In, and they are just serving their usual menu. They did not bring any of the Monster Cafe food over. Unfortunately, that means I'm gonna have to leave the park, so this is probably gonna do it for me today because you have to do everything mobile ordering, and I cannot get the app to work on my phone. It's probably my phone, not the app, but it's not working, and that's what you gotta use throughout Universal Studios and City Walk, so I'm gonna have to go off property to find something to eat. I think the lesson we've learned today is if you're using your wife's old phone that's no good anymore because you're too cheap to buy your own, you're probably not gonna be able to eat at Universal Studios for a while. Hey, luckily I was wrong. You don't have to mobile order in City Walk. I mean, there might be a restaurant or two here where you do, but I tried Moe's Southwest Grill and I could just walk in and order, so that's what I did. You know, it's nothing spectacular, but kind of in a hurry, and one of those little bowls that they serve, that'll do me just fine. Doesn't look too bad, plus it came with some chips and salsa for $9.39. I just didn't feel like spending a lot of time sitting down in one of the dine-in restaurants. So now that I've eaten it, I don't feel like I'm gonna pass out from lack of food. It's time to get back in the park. I think I'm gonna investigate this mobile dining thing a little bit further to see if there's any restaurant in there that you can eat in. And then round 3. So I did double check with a park employee, and it is all the restaurants inside the parks are mobile order only. I'm still gonna kind of walk by Finnegan's and Lombard's Landing just to see, but pretty sure it's gonna be mobile order only, or those particular restaurants just won't be open, just like the Monster Cafe, which now that I know it's mobile only, it makes a lot of sense why the Monster Cafe isn't open. It's Beetlejuice. Wearing his mask. Nobody's out there to see him.
Good luck, buddy. Sample right here.
I think I'm going to head right on back over to New York, see if they're done filming that commercial, so I can check on Finnegan's. I'm getting slightly sidetracked here because Transformers does not have a virtual queue, so we're gonna pop in here and ride it. Open for walk-on to Transformers. Although it does feel good to get out of the heat in here. And even though I don't think it's really hot today, I did get pretty cooked in the sun earlier, so that little break felt pretty good. Sweet, they're all done filming. Now we can walk around over here and take a look. After some quick research, I have found out that Finnegan's is not mobile only. You can walk in and get a table and eat. Yeah, it sounded like you didn't need a reservation or anything when I talked to the guy at the front. I bet you Lombard's Landing is the same. Why don't we walk down there and take a look? I think this shot tells the tale of the day. The Beat Builders are doing their show today. It looks like you can do the same thing here as you could at Finnegan's. Just sat down for a rest here by the lagoon and this started playing. And the final question that I had today has been answered. Yes, the Animal Actors on Location show is running. In fact, it's going on right now. I can hear them in there. The wind is starting to pick up quite a bit here, so I think I might have to head towards the front of the park and maybe think about going back to my room. I mean, at this point, I would be surprised if it didn't start thunderstorming. Look at that wind. I don't think it'll be too awful long, and these streets will be full once again. Not every day. It's gonna be like today. Yeah, I'm for sure done here. I'm gonna head back to my room and kind of get my final thoughts of the day there. You can see them dark clouds rolling in behind me. Man, you see the sunburn? I got cooked out there today. I should have put sunblock on before I left. I did end up putting it on as soon as the sun came out, but it was too late. I know they say, like, even on cloudy days you should wear it, but I don't know, man. I was just in a hurry to get over there, I guess. And now I'm paying for it. This is the view from my bed. This is what I wanted to show last night, but it was too dark. It's kind of an interesting look of Island of Adventures from behind. As you can tell by my footage today, the crowd was pretty light, which I didn't expect there to be much of a crowd. I thought there might be a little bit more people than there were in there today, but you know, I'll take it. It was fantastic being able to go through the park with that few of people. And I think Universal did a really good job with their reopening plan. There's plenty of hand sanitizer, plenty of social distancing marks on the ground. They were spacing people out very nicely on the rides. Some rides were doing the virtual queue, so I think that helps. The ones that they thought maybe would have longer lines. I'm not sure how they chose the virtual queue lines. I didn't do much research going into it today. I kind of wanted to sort of get in there and be surprised by everything. The only thing I needed to know ahead of time was that I absolutely was going to need a face covering the whole time. And speaking of which, those U-Rest areas, those were a real pleasant surprise, huh? I think they're spaced out pretty good at Universal. Islands of Adventure, it was kind of weird because they had the one as soon as you walk in, and then the other one was almost all the way to the back of the park in the old Sinbad area. That was quite a haul. I don't know why they put that first one right there at the very beginning, other than it's a good spot as far as there wouldn't really be any other reason for you to be there. But I don't know about it being sort of right away. Seems like maybe they could have used it somewhere over, I don't know, maybe over on the Toon Lagoon side, somewhere around there. Maybe, actually, if they were using the Sinbad Theater, they should have used that other goofy amphitheater they have over there in Toon Lagoon for it. But other than that, what else was there? Oh, the mobile ordering. I think that'll be really nice for some people. It didn't work out really well for me, but not everybody is too cheap to get a good cell phone. And there still was a couple sit-down restaurants we discovered, like Finnegan's and Lombard's. I don't understand why the Monster Cafe's not open. And that's not a complaint. It'll get open eventually. I just was a little bit surprised it wasn't open after finding out that, hey, you could go into Finnegan's and sit. And I'm not sure. I think I understand why the horror makeup show isn't open. They probably, I don't know. Actually, I don't know why that one wouldn't have been open, other than maybe they just don't want people sitting in there, but it seems like they could space people out far enough. But hey, listen, it'll get open again someday. No big deal. And hopefully soon we'll hear something about Jason Bourne now that the park's opened back up. I can't wait for that stunt show. That's going to be a real good one. I have a feeling. Oh man, what else? What a day. I did a ton of walking. I think I got over 10 miles according to my little phone app. I'm going to be heading back tomorrow. I'm going to kind of do a little bit more of an official sort of June update in the park like I had been doing. And now that I've been in there and kind of seen everything, it'll be a little bit easier for me to sort of explain what's new and what's going on there as far as this, I guess they're calling it phase 1 of the reopening. So I don't know what I'm going to do the rest of the night. I might swim if the rain stops, or work out, or maybe I'll just rest and go to bed early. I haven't slept very well this week. So thanks for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.